Hey everyone, how are you doing today? I'm gonna do something a little different. It's been a hot minute since I made a video for you, and I'm really sorry about that, but today what I wanted to do is make something that's a little bit more happy. Typically I like to make kind of funny things or informational things, and I'm still gonna make those things, but I think today we'll just switch it up a little bit. What I wanted to do is tell you guys how video games helped me in my life. After you listen to this video or while you listen to it and watch it, if there is something in your life that has helped you, whether it's games, movies, music, anything, then you can tell me about it in the comments below. I would love that. I'll read them all. Um, yeah, so if there's anything that's helped you, then definitely write it. Also, as well, if you like this video or you like this channel at all, please subscribe and turn on the notifications. It helps me out a ton. Video games have helped me out quite a bit in my life, and to be honest, they probably took away from some things as well, but I wouldn't really change a thing. When I was a kid and I was growing up, my dad and I would play video games a lot together, and that was kind of our bonding time. That was kind of like what we did together, our main activity, I guess. Um, and back then we had a PlayStation 1 and a PlayStation 2, and we would play like the early versions of Medal of Honor and Call of Duty, and we would play racing games and all sorts of stuff. And that was kind of, those were like my first few memories with video games, and I would play a lot of PlayStation 1 with my sister, and we would normally play like ATV games and stuff like that, a lot of racing games. And so video games kind of helped me connect with my family, and we had activities there. I didn't really, not much had to do with my mom when it came to video games. I mean, she always kind of like supported my love and passion for them, and she let me, or when I was little, she brought me to get my first DS. It was something that I actually saved up and bought myself. I was very young. I think I was like 10 at the time, but she had brought me to get it, and that's like a memory I'll never forget either. When I got older, we had moved to a different town, and it was only a town over. When you're an adult, that doesn't really matter, but when you're a kid, it affects you way more than you realize. I was pretty young at the time. I was just going into middle school, so I didn't really think about it. Like I was just like, this is cool, we're moving. And my sister, who was a little bit older at the time, was freaking out, and I didn't understand. And when we had finally moved, I want to say after like the first week of us being in the new house we were in, my sister had really gotten used to things and calmed down quite a bit, but I figured out things were worse. I wasn't making friends very well, and to be honest, I don't think I ever really did have an easy time making friends in the town I grew up later. And I don't know, I didn't connect with people very well, and they didn't really get me, and I think I was a little weird to everybody. Yeah, I was even made fun of a little bit. It didn't really matter because I made friends later, and those friends I actually connected with through video games. One of my first best friends, the thing that we would do all the time together is play Star Wars Battlefront 2 on PS2. It was so much fun, and a lot of his friends played that game as well. So I mean, all we would do at that time is like play video games and shoot Nerf guns at each other, because that's what you do in middle school. It helped me out. It helped me connect with people, and at that time I wasn't very good at video games. He was way better than I was, and I kind of didn't really know what I was doing for a long time. When it came to video games, I was pretty blind and terrible at them until I got into online. As I got older, and friends were like kind of getting separated from me. We had different classes and different homerooms and stuff. I was slowly making other friends. One of the later friends that I had, he had an Xbox 360. I didn't really know what that was. I think there were like commercials on TV at the time, but I was like, I didn't have one. And I didn't even know anybody that had one. So we would play Xbox 360 all the time. He showed me Halo and what Call of Duty turned into, and I was like, man, this is cool. I asked my mom for an Xbox. I got it for Christmas, but it didn't have the capabilities to play live. It didn't have the online adapter or anything. It was basically just the controller, the Xbox, a power cord, and she bought me a game, and that was it. It was super cool though. I loved it. I played it as much as I could, but at that time, anytime that I was bad, my parents would take the Xbox away from me, and I didn't have like online. I didn't have the wireless adapter or anything to play online at the time, so it kind of didn't matter because it was like, I don't know, like I just played games basically for the campaign at that point, and I still wasn't very good at them. After like a couple of years, I think I had finally decided for one birthday that I was going to save all the money that I got from that birthday and get the wireless adapter. I did, and then I got online, and it was so cool. Very new experience, but super awesome. I think the first game that I played online was Call of Duty 4, and I actually found out that a lot of the people that I went to school with had played Xbox 360 as well. Because of this, it helped me find a whole new group of friends and reconnect with the friend that showed me Xbox 360. It was a whole new experience. I didn't have a lot of friends at that time, and it was kind of great to sit down and play with a ton of new people and kind of have a that was like the biggest friend group I had at the time. In the beginning, they didn't like fully accept me, and I was really bad at video games, and I was not my personality was kind of different from theirs. As time went on, I got much better at video games, and they liked me for it, and I think my personality started to shape with everybody else's. So it helped me not only connect with my family, but also with friends. And then later on in high school, I had started to get a cyst problem around my tailbone, and I actually still have like marks and everything from it today. I think technically I still have them, but I don't even know. They're like, if I do, they're in the best shape they've ever been, so I'm just kind of living with it. I had to go through a lot of surgeries, and throughout those surgeries, I would just heal and play video games, and it was kind of all that I had. Any moment in my life that was kind of sad, or I felt like I didn't have anybody, I knew that I still had video games, and like I said, most of my friends played Xbox with me. So that was kind of our hub. That was where we went after school. I mean, usually I would skip out on doing homework and just go straight to Xbox and play games until like sometimes until like 5 o'clock in the morning, and then go to school. it was it was bad, but I got really into them, and I created a love and a passion for video games, and it really helped me with all the problems in my life, whether it was stuff with my family or my body or my social life. It really assisted me in ways that I don't think anything else would have. I think if I never played video games, I wouldn't have the friends and acquaintances that I do now. I don't think I would be nearly as happy of a person, and I don't think I would be doing this stuff on YouTube for you guys, because the whole reason I started it was purely because of gaming channels and just liking YouTube. The gaming channels that I grew up with were different from the ones when I started doing YouTube, and I kind of didn't like the ones that were there when I started doing YouTube, so that's why I started doing it. I just wanted to make something that was video games but was different and fun. Ultimately, guys, video games help me out in ways that there's probably ways I can't even explain to you guys, but they helped me out a lot in my life, and like I said, they may have taken away from things. I probably part of the reason why I didn't try very hard in school was probably because of video games. I'm not saying it made it worse, and there's tons of people I knew that were straight A students and played games with me. I just personally didn't care at all and just wanted to do what was fun. I hated school. I hated most of the people that were there, and I didn't like life. But video games were part of the reason why I stuck around and let things pan out. I was kind of sad in middle school and high school, but I think ultimately gaming just gave me a happiness. It gave me a place to go. It made me feel like I belonged somewhere. And it was great. As I got better at them, more people wanted to play with me, and I felt wanted. I went from being a kid that barely even knew what was going on in any of these games or on the screen. I felt like the way that my grandma would feel, or sometimes the way my girlfriend feels when she plays video games with me. I know they get confused and things get crazy on the screen. That's how I felt. But then when I started with online gaming, it just got so much better, and I got better at it, and I got so immersed in it that now it's something I don't think I could ever let go. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to make a, a video that kind of showed the humanity in things, and hopefully this helped you out a little. Maybe it made you a little happier, or at least reflect upon the things that you may love and may have helped you. Anyways, hopefully I'll see you guys soon. I love you so much, and goodbye.